if I'm honest, is the weather in Vancouver. When it's 5 o'clock in the morning, it's absolutely bucketing down rain. You're freezing cold. It's December, and you have a blouse unbuttoned down to there, and you're desperately trying not to shiver. And then you have Robert Carlyle jump on your gentleman bits. And that's probably the hardest one. But yeah, I think it's the weather is the hardest thing on this.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's that wet kind of cold that gets into once it hits your bones, you got no chance. And you had a costume that, again, a lot of the difficulty in acting, I find, is really what's the costume you're wearing. If you're kind of dressed for the conditions, you can find ways to cheat, but you didn't have a lot of places you could put the hot shots.
No.
Yeah. So, and when it was, then the other thing you don't realize that in the summer there, it's hot. So in the same way, wearing the leather in the heat, can also have you do very physical scenes. That's another challenge too. Poor baby. Yeah, we feel real sorry for Colin.
It's kind of a two-part question for both of you. So, what fandoms do you get excited about? And if you were going to go, what would your cosplay character be?
I was a huge fan of Star Wars, like everybody. But I love Tim Burton's stuff, so I think I'd probably have to cosplay something from one of his movies. Oh my God.
That's a tough question, right? I'm a big James Bond fan. I'd like to cosplay some James Bond. I mean, that's anyone would
put on a suit.
Yeah, it's still cosplay for me. This is how I usually roll. I mean, this is dressed up for me, bro. So, but it's interesting because, my fandoms are more by it's funny, my fandoms are scientists or people that work with animals. I mean, I would dress like a scientist to go out in the jungle and discover a variety of some bug or something. That would be cool for me.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have 2 questions for you. My first question is, was it hard for you wearing a hook all the time?
It's at first it was difficult because obviously I can't use my left hand, but then I got used to it. I use it as a coffee cup holder and stuff now. So.
My second question is, can I have a hug from you?
Of course you can. Come up here.
Can I have one too, Colin? Thank you. Of course. Line up. Eat your hearts out, people.
Hi.
My question for you was, what is your weirdest talent or most unuseful talent?
In America, we have this thing called the fifth. You just when you're going to incriminate yourself, you invoke it, so you don't have to get.
My weirdest talent. I can do the funky worm, but I have a broken foot at the minute, so I can't do it. I actually would do it for you, but I can't. I've got a broken foot, so.
Run record with your foot heels, you're going to get a lot of funky worm.
Why did you have to say it? You didn't have to say that at the end.
I did, because I'd like to see it. I mean, I'd plead the fifth to that one.
Okay, so I have 2 things. First of all, the sweet little girl in front of me kind of stole my question. It was, how big of a nuisance is it to wear a hook during filming? But since she stole that and you answered it, and she got a hug, no. And then the other thing is, speaking myself and a majority of the people in here, our spouses owe you a huge amount of gratitude. So thank you for that.
And have you bought a Captain Hook body pillow yet?
You're welcome, I guess.
That's it. Thank you.
Funny, they never said that about Grumpy. I can get that one. Add it to my resentment list.
Yeah.
Hi, so you mentioned something about The Princess Bride, so I wanted to ask if you could switch characters, instead of being Hook, you could be somebody from Princess Bride. Who would it be and why?
I would be Inigo Montoya. Because you killed my father. I love that character, so I think. Well, no, I would be probably Wesley. I think Dread by Robinson is probably great. I just love that movie was just incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My question is, if you could be any female character in Once Upon a Time, who would it be and why?
I have answered this before and said that I would be the evil queen. So, I will say I would be the evil queen, but I think maybe the Wicked Witch might be fun too. It's basically anything, much like my costume, that allows me to have my chest out. Is what I want to do. Yeah, so I'm going to say the Wicked Witch or the evil queen.
Hey Hook, I wanted to say my name is Beth Hook, and Henry, I hope you're listening. My question is that why did you kill Robert, Henry's great-grandfather?
That is actually a very good question. Why? Because he was a bad man at that time.
I want to say that I like your good side, and now you villain side, and I want a hug from you.
All right.
Good job, brother.
I mean, for a guy with a broken foot, you really make me
You're making me work for it, brother. But that's the thing, man. You spread the love wherever you go, man. You don't realize just how powerful.
Listen, Lee, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I know that. Too bad. I've benefited from more than most from your loving kindness, my friend. It's not lost on me. I could be like, dude, you can see some of those Instagrams from the old days. It's a lot of hits I got on that, exploiting my friend.
Hi, my question is, out of everyone in the cast, who's your favorite to work with?
Well, I'm going to have to say Lee Arenberg, aren't I?
No one's gonna buy that. Although we have a great time, and we do have. There is that little secret thing that Hook hates Grumpy. Hates him.
Hates him.
I always get stiff, like it's a hug scene. We've come together as a family, and he'll always do like, oh, let me fix my hair. So it's really kind of fun to have that little thing. It's like a secret little.
I think there was a line in one episode where we talk about killing a dwarf, or something where we get a dwarf and send a dwarf out to find somebody, but basically we knew they were going to be sacrificed. It's in one of the episodes, and I think Hook goes, as it sneezes, which is the dwarf I despise.
That's fun. It's fun being hated by such a handsome guy.
It's that's not really. There's no single person I would say that I love to work with more than anyone else, and I'm actually not just being diplomatic. It's when you work with everybody, you get there's a different dynamic. So I actually get to explore a different sort of part of who Hook is, depending on who I'm working with. So that's, I love working with everybody. And as a character, I've been very lucky that I actually get to have quite a bit with everybody. It hasn't just been, oh, we're going off to save things. I was a villain, and I had interactions like that with people, like with Belle, where I tried to kill her a couple of times. But then, since then, we've had other interactions where I've protected her, I've saved her, I've killed somebody to save her, and stuff like that. So it's great. I get to do everything with everybody. So I know it sounds like I'm being diplomatic, but it's not. That's just the way it is.
And I think it's really true. I mean, you know, one of the things, you guys, that really, I've had a long career now in this business, and I've worked with a lot of actors, and the real key to the Once Upon a Time cast is they're all really talented. You don't get a job on Once Upon a Time if you cannot actually, if you're not a good actor. And so it's always an honor. You never know who you get. When you do get paired up in the different combinations, you get a scene with Bobby, or in with Lana, or Bex, or Josh, or Ginny, or Colin.
Or I got to work with Ernie Hudson.
Oh,
He was a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I did
so-
a movie with Ernie, this low budget one called Mickey Matson. I don't know if anyone's ever seen. Some of the kids have seen it. But Ernie's awesome, dude.
Oh, I do have to say Karen, because she said to me backstage, I was so nice about you in my panel, you have to be nice about me, so... Karen David, she's awesome.
Karen's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.